So now we're going to look at net income and sales volume. The unit variable costs are 30 dirhams. Okay, so because it's cost, this goes with our total cost equation. Variable cost of 30 dirhams. The selling price of the unit is 60 dirhams. The capacity for the period is 200. So that would be my quantity. Well, not my quantity, but the capacity. And the fixed costs are 3,000. So it's just like the previous example. What is the net income at a sales volume of 4,200 and 9,600? So a sales volume is looking at our total revenue. So we're going to put in our total revenue equation and find out what the quantity of each is. As we know, the total revenue equation is the selling price of 60 multiplied by my quantity. So let's find the total revenue equation when we have 4,200 sold. So 4,200 equals my selling price of 60 multiplied by my quantity. So now we're looking at the quantity so that we can find the net income. Now if you remember, the equation for net income is your selling price minus your variable costs multiplied by your quantity and subtracting your fixed costs. So that's the net income equation, but we need to find the quantity in order to solve for it. So 4,200 equals 60Q. In order to solve this, we divide both sides by 60. Okay, so let's put that in the equation. 4,200 divided by 60 gives me a quantity of 70. So if we're looking for net income, we're going to do the selling price, which is 60, minus the variable costs of 30, and we're going to multiply it by our quantity of 70 and subtract 3,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. Put it in our calculator just as we see it. 60 minus 30 times 70 minus 3,000. And that gives me a net income of a loss of 900 dirhams, or a 900 dirham loss. Okay, so let's look at this one. 9,600. Okay, 9,600 equals 60 times a quantity, and we don't know what that quantity is yet. In order to solve for it, we need to figure out and divide by 60. So we put that in our calculator, and we say 9,600 divided by 60. And we get that the quantity here is 160. So we put that in our net income equation. NI equals 60 minus 30 times our quantity of 160 minus 3,000. So we'll put that into the equation just as we see it. 60 minus 30 times 160 minus 3,000. And we get that the net income is a positive 1,800 dirhams, or 1,800 dirham profit. So now if we look at this as a graph, we see the graph here. Now this is just like the graph before, but now instead of looking at the quantity, we are going to be looking at the dirham amount. So anything before the break-even point is loss. Then you have the break-even point of 160 $6,000. And anything past that point is profit. Now, to find the total cost and total revenue equation is pretty easy. The total revenue equation always starts at 0. So the blue line is my TR equation. And the total cost equation always has a y-intercept. So my total cost equation is the red line.